Hey there, guys. How you doing? It's Ryan Pringle with the Pringle team of Keller Williams. Just wanted to talk to you quickly today about a question I get fairly often. Clients ask me, should I buy a condo or should I buy a single-family home? So I want to go over the pros and condos of condo living. Sorry about the dad joke. And I can speak to this from two different angles. As a former condo owner, my first place was a condo, and as an agent. So I can kind of give you a good feel from both perspectives. So one of the pros and the thing that I loved about living in a condo was no exterior maintenance. At the time when I was single and living my life, traveling, doing a lot of that stuff, it was great because I didn't have to worry about the exterior maintenance of my property. I could just take off whenever I wanted. That part was nice. The con side to that is you have less privacy. You usually have a common wall, at least one. I was lucky I had an end unit, so I only had one common wall, and I was in a townhouse, so I had nobody above me or anything like that. That part is nice. So you do have a little less privacy. One of the other pros, and the reason that I bought my condo when I did, was prices were lower on condos versus houses, so it's easier to get into when you're just trying to get into something. Downside to that is even though the prices are lower, a lot of times you have HOA dues that you have to pay, and this is to cover all the common area maintenance and all the amenities. And the real downside to dues is, unlike interest on your loan, they're not deductible on your taxes at all. So that's kind of a big a big con on that one. The other part that I mentioned just now on pros is there are amenities a lot of times. So maybe if you're buying a single family home, you're not getting a pool because you not buying a high enough priced property to have a pool, or the particular property that you're buying doesn't have a pool. Whereas with a condo, a lot of times there are additional amenities like either a pool, a gym, or cable is included, or water is included. So those are nice things to have included, and usually those are negotiated by the HOA. So they're getting some sort of group rate on the cable or internet access, so they can get a little bit better price than you could as an individual. So even the fact that you're paying HOA dues for it, you're usually getting at a better price. So that part's nice. The last two cons I would give are there are rules associated with the HOA, known as CC&Rs. So sometimes there's pet restrictions. Sometimes a big one now is they'll not let you rent the property out. So if you were to move out of the property at some point, upgrade, maybe they have a limit on the number of rentals that they can have. So these are all things you need to check out in the CCRs when you're doing your due diligence on a property. And I think the big one is with condos versus houses. Condos tend to appreciate slower. So they are the last properties to start really jumping up in price. And when the market does turn, they're usually the first ones that will come down in price. But overall, if you're looking to get into the market and you just can't quite afford a single family home, or maybe in the area that you want, condos can be a good route. I would suggest make sure you have an agent that's looking out for you and really going over those HOA, CC&Rs, and bylaws with you, and budgets, so you can make sure that you're getting into a strong HOA that's not going to have financial issues in the future. If you'd like to talk about this in person or a Zoom or a phone call, feel free to reach out to me, 818-802-3966, or my buyer specialist, Tracy Brandon, at 818-859-88. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch that, guys. And if you found any of this information helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us out. And feel free to hit that subscribe button, too.